All right. Hey, everyone. Here, internalarchitect.com. In this video, I'm going to go over why anxiety never really goes away. And there's a lot of reasons to this as you go through or are going through cancer and have gone through cancer. And even when you're a survivor, there's just a lot of different aspects and a lot of different pieces and parts to it that you'll never really be able to escape because of what the experience is all about. Before I begin, hit me in the comment section below and let me know what you think, and shoot me any questions that you have. I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to some of the other ones yet. I'm working on it. It was just more important to kind of get this one out to you all and let you know that I will be getting to them. Got a lot of things happening, obviously. Yeah. So anxiety, you will never be able to escape anxiety just because of all the different pieces and parts that go along with it, whether it's all from the start, from your diagnosis, and even a little bit before that, because you are obviously trying to figure out what is going on with yourself and why it's happening, right? So you end up going to the doctor just trying to get an idea of what's going on. And that's what was going on with me. Was I was trying to figure out why I was having a breathing issue going on. And I was thinking that maybe it was a little bit of sport induced asthma because I was riding my bike a lot and living up here at almost 10,000 feet in Colorado in elevation. You just become really aware. And as my fitness and my health have gotten just so much better over the years, I've just been really attuned to what is happening in my body. So when that started to happen, I started really taking notice real quick. And that's what kind of let it in is just feeling what was not happening, not what was not working correctly. And that's what took me in. Doctor, I go in and get we kind of talk about it. And even my primary care doctor thought maybe this is a little bit of sport-induced asthma, and kind of went on to talking about all that and this and that, and even got an inhaler just to see if it would help and whatnot. And then get a call kind of late in the afternoon, early evening, saying that the radiologist saw something that was a little bit off, and there was a spot of something going on in the x-rays that we took during that visit. And we took them honestly just to make sure. I mean, if we wouldn't have taken x-rays, I wouldn't even be in this position right now, which is really weird. So next thing you know, the referral starts to happen. I get referred to an oncologist over in the Vail Valley, and that's just how things started. So, at first my anxiety was high just because I wanted to have the test results of what was happening. Why am I having a hard time breathing? One thing led to another. Next thing you know, I'm getting, CT scans and lymph node biopsies and PET scans and just blood work and all this stuff. And it's just, waiting for all these test results to come back just creates this anxiety of like, well, I just need to know what's happening. And it's tough because you want to have those answers really quick, and they just don't happen that way in this. They happen quick in the macro picture of it all, right? But they just don't happen as fast as we expect them to anymore. And all that waiting really is what causes a lot of the anxiety. So yeah, everything leading up to it has just, even up until my last meeting with my oncologist over in the Vail Valley, really led it to just all the waiting up to that point was tough. And then now the referral is to the blood, this place called the CBCI in Denver, which is the Blood Cancer Institute and they are actually where I went and had my original autologous stem cell transplant done almost 10 years ago, 9 years ago now. And yeah, it just has kind of led kind of this full circle back to this place. And, get the call from the new patient coordinator and they are going through, just getting all this. I got this packet of stuff that I need to put together for them, and it's just to be able to it's just, all these things just add up, which creates anxiety. And then I set the appointment a week later, and here we are. I'm 5 days away from my appointment right now, and going into a weekend. Unfortunately, I've been busy all week working, and I got to do some mountain bike rides over the weekdays in the evenings, and just keeping myself busy, which is really good. But now that I have a little weekend, I'm going to have a little time to kind of slow down and just assess a little bit, and it's going to be tough, and my anxiety is going to go high. It's going to ramp up, and that's why it's I just want to get to the answer side of it is the biggest thing. My wife is even having a hard time because she knows like what is happening, and she went through this with me too. And so we're just, the biggest thing right now is just really trying to be focused with her, and just, try to talk this all through. And it's tough because, we're all really sad at the moment that this is happening again. But what do you do about it? You just live it one day at a time, and you just deal with the anxiety as best as you can as you go along through this experience and through this journey. So that's where it's at. Now I'm just kind of waiting. I've, like I said, 5 days away from kind of getting answers to what my next treatment is. And I dread knowing about what the treatment. Well, I don't even know. I'm just speculating right now, but at the end of the day, I know that there's probably a good chance I'm going to have a catheter put in. I'm going to have to do a bunch of chemotherapy to get my body back in remission. There's a high likelihood of a donor stem cell transplant coming in my future. And then I have the fear of all the graft versus host disease, and a couple of the things that I have seen people that I know and that I was close to unfortunately not make it through. So there's that fear. There's definitely the fear of death, and I'm facing mortality head on right now, and it's tough because I a lot of reasons, but at the end of the day, it's just that the amount of things that go on, and the unsurety, that's not even the right word, but just how unsure everything is, in the really likelihood that I can survive this next one. And I know that sounds dark, and that's not my mindset right now, but it is something that I think about, and it is something that is on my mind. I mean, unfortunately, my experiences with this next stage of the people that I know and the people that I've seen up to this point have not been super, super good. But then there are also a huge handful of people that I know that have made it. So there's that other part of the anxiety, why you'll never get away from it, is your brain and your head automatically kind of sink towards the last, the most hardest thing, the most horrible thing that could possibly happen. So, coming back to it is, you really got to battle. And it's a mental battle with yourself in dealing with your anxiety and your mindset. And they conflict, and that's just going on in your head. And it's really important that you just continue. And this is where those little actions every single day will really help you through the course of the experience, just slowly compound, and that will help manifest that next little bit that you need. So, unfortunately, I've had great support. I've had a lot of really, really good conversations, and just people reaching out in ways that I wasn't expecting either. And I just, for that, I want to thank everyone, and for everyone that listens and watches these videos. That's a true struggle, and this is why, as you go through the experience, why it's so hard as a survivor to really make it as to be solid after the experience, because it wrecks you emotionally, and then you're exhausted afterward. And that's when the fight really needs to begin, is really just starting to kind of rebuild yourself. So if you're feeling like you have any questions, obviously hit me in the comment section below. And just remember that as you go through the experience, as you're doing this, just continue. No matter how shitty you feel, no matter how hard it is to get out of bed, just do something that's going to help you just motivate and do something good, and try to do it every day, even after chemo, as shitty as you're going to feel. And even if you're puking your brains out and you can't eat, just even if you just walk around your living room a little bit, each time you do it, it'll just make it all work. And you need to keep your body moving, and you need to keep your body active. And that's all I'm doing. Last night, for a good example, is, I rode to work yesterday. So in the morning, I rode my bike to work. It was about 6 or 7 miles, I forget. And then I ended up meeting up with some friends afterward and did a longer bike ride, about 15 miles. So a total of like 20 some miles. And I'm just kind of crazy like that. I like getting out, and ended up, doing a little bit of climbing, but I'm learning to just go at my pace and not worry too much about the people that I'm with, although I don't like holding them back either. But, I have to continue to keep that in my head. Just do your thing, do what you need to do, and don't worry about anyone else. And I had a great ride yesterday evening, and it made me feel really, really good going in. I got a good night's sleep, and that's really that's another thing. And I'll hit on that in maybe the next video, is just how important sleep is. So awesome. I can keep rambling on, obviously, but I appreciate your time and energy in watching the videos. And I know I'm doing these kind of live, but I'm just, I'm learning Google's system about doing the live stuff, because it's a little bit easier actually to create these videos this way, and a little bit more time sensitive also. So awesome. Thank you again for watching. Like I said, I really appreciate your time and energy, and I will see you on the next video.